This is our first interview.
Man, glad to be here, buddy.
This
Glad
might
to
be
here,
right.
man.
This might be B-RICH, baby.
You know what I'm saying? Appreciate you, bro. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate you having me on the podcast, man. You know, this is really my first podcast. You know,
Really?
so, yeah.
You excited?
I'm excited, man.
Dude, this is my first podcast too. Shit. But
Hell yeah, man.
I'm excited to have you. I wanted you to be my first guest, because we were college roommates. We were in the same frat. It's almost close to a decade that I've known you. So you're definitely mean a lot to me, changed my life. So I want to have you to be my first podcast because it's special to me too.
Yeah, I appreciate that, man. And just showing love. I wanted to come. Give a nice little gift to my guy. I know you love Andre Iguodala. I know. So, your dog's name, Iggy. So I went to the Andre Iguodala Hall of Fame. Not Hall of Fame. The jersey retirement at the Oracle, and I was able to get one of these. So I was like, who would want this? I was like, I'll give it to my dog D-Man, bro.
Dude.
So it's a collector's edition, dog. You had to show love to my boy, man. For real.
That's crazy.
You feel me?
See? Put a smile on my face, put a tear in my eye, baby. Always B-RICH. I appreciate it.
For sure, buddy. For sure.
Dude, thank you so much.
Yeah.
I really appreciate it. But yeah, that's why, again, I love you. You've been keeping me cool since school, honestly. But how you doing, B? I know part of the reason why I wanted to do this podcast is because I love you. Another one was because you got some projects, you got some things working.
Yeah.
That song we were just listening to, that was you, yeah?
It was me. It was me and my dog, Zoe One Love. We got a couple songs. I'm actually working on a tape for him. I'm producing. That song was that was off of my tape, but I think we got it's about 8 songs on there.
8 songs.
And that should be coming out soon. We're probably gonna drop a couple singles before the summer. Before the end of the summer. That's the goal.
Some teasers or what?
Yeah, we're gonna drop full songs, full videos, and all that.
Oh, okay,
so,
okay.
It's something new for me because I've been doing the producing. For the most part. So
right
now stepping on the other side as an artist. Just
how does that feel? Kind of watching other people. Write on your songs. Spit on your songs. How does it feel? Kind of. Taking the wheel and doing the whole thing yourself.
It feels good because originally when I started making music, when I started making beats was so I could learn how to make stuff from me rapping wise. So I kind of I don't even know how I got to the point, but I was just I wanted to see if other people thought the beats were good. So I kind of started on YouTube, and I was like, all right, let me make sure these are good first. And see if am I just crazy or are these beats actually solid?
Right.
And I kind of just started with the YouTube and, kind of grown a little bit, and then I kind of like, all right, these beats are good. Then after hearing people rapping on my beats, I was like, all right, well, let me get on, so.
Exactly.
Might as well.
And you talk about the start. How did you start? You mentioned before that, you started while we were in the fraternity at Chico State. Let's go.
Yeah. Hey, Chico.
Hey, Harvard of the West.
Yeah.
Woo. But anyway, shout out Kappa Sig.
Oh yeah,
boys.
For sure.
But anyways, you mentioned you started in college. How did you start out? Tell me more about that.
I actually started before I came to Chico. I was making songs with with Devin. You know what I'm saying? Some of them cats, some of his friends, and they were doing videos, doing songs and stuff, putting it on YouTube. I was kind of just I was just interested in it, and I was just they kind of included me with it too. So. That's where I kind of caught the itch, the bug for it. But I really just started with working with them a little bit, and they had some songs out. They're cool little local songs that people was fucking with. So
the SoundCloud
SoundCloud era for sure. So that got me started, and I was like, one day I was like, man, I want to make my own beats, because back in the day it was kind of harder to get beats. I was like, I want to make a certain type of sound, but I don't know where to find, original beats and stuff. So I kind of just started learning how to make beats then, and then came to Chico, You know, I ain't gonna lie. Like the first 2 years, I kind of fell off it. You know, but then I started working. One of my boys, I think just actually just showing beats to people. My boy Will Corley, he was like, bro,
Well,
your shit's hard, bro. Like this is good, bro. This is good, bro. So in my head, I was kind of like, well, maybe I should, try a little bit more. So and then from then on, I just, really just it's hard to tell the whole story, but I feel like your hunger for growth and just learning more about it kind of just takes you. It just takes you on a whole journey that you didn't even And next it's like wow, now I'm making songs with people that I respect and stuff like that. So
you get lost in the art, kind of, right?
yeah, just chasing, really just chasing the sound, like chasing the sound that I initially was trying to find when I first started making beats for myself, and now it's like I was making beats for other people. Started the YouTube channel. Got up to like I was able to get up. Once I started seeing the numbers going up, I got to like 1,000, some subs in like a year, and I was like, all right, well, I'm not crazy.
Right.
It's working. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, so now it kind of pushed me to, in the net. People start reaching out to me, and I started networking with people, and it kind of made me like, oh wow, this is something to do. This is something that like it's not just in my head because you always think you can do something, but like the same thing with the channel. It's like you have to start. You know what I'm saying? Once you start somewhere, and your fan base will grow with you. You know what I mean? That's what I ain't gonna lie. That's what Sepher told me a long time before. You know what I'm saying?
Grant Mills.
That boy Grant told me that.
Also, he showed me how to DJ, so shout out to that guy.
Shout out that dude for sure.
One of the best dudes ever, and Will Corley.
Oh yeah, for sure. But back then I was still trying to, don't overthink it. You know what I'm saying? One thing I learned is don't overthink it because at the end of the day, while you're overthinking, somebody else is making that song. Somebody's dropping that podcast. So, allow your people to grow. It doesn't have to be the best. You don't have to come out the gate being the best.
Right.
You can start off and then your listeners, they're gonna grow with you. So that's the beautiful thing about it.
Dude, that's again part of the reason why I wanted you to speak to people because I think your voice needs to be heard. Your words mean a lot. But you mentioned it. We had that dinner before I started the podcast. So you're just very motivational. So people, and he's not lying, folks. His YouTube channel, he's got numbers. We're talking Pusha T numbers on the board. This guy, he's got the stats, he's got the data to back it up as well. But you talk about, you wanted to create your own kind of music for yourself, your own sound. How does one, and I think it's creating music from scratch is one of the most talented artistic things you could do. So how do you find that sound? How do you find that kind of genre, what you want to create?
Yeah. Really just honestly, you just have to be obsessed with it. Like you love to hear it, and you might listen to it over and over. What gives this sound that I love that feeling, And as you get deeper into the producing game, you figure out, what VSTs you like or where these sounds come from, like in terms of like what synths I'm using. I'm looking back in the 80s, you know what I'm saying? So like I might, a lot of rolling sounds, so really just figuring out, learning. Honestly, I'm a geek with it. I'll even learn. I try to learn like the history of these synthesizers, like when they. So I'm searching for an aesthetic. It might be an 80s aesthetic. It might be a 90s aesthetic, and to stay true to that sound, you kind of want to go to the to the synthesizers of that time, and if you kind of like obviously you can do whatever you want, whatever sounds good, but it can kind of give you a guideline of where you want to be if you're if you study it. Really just studying music. Really just studying music is
And what would you listen to like when you were younger? What were your parents playing? I know you have a sister. Shout out. What were you listening to? Kind of at a younger age growing up.
Yeah, a lot of old school R&B. Earth, Wind and Fire. Marvin Gaye. But really a lot of R&B. Brian McKnight, Music Soul Child. The old school, the neo soul. Type stuff like that. A lot of Usher. I really like a lot of But in terms of rapping, I was listening to a lot of Kanye. I'm not gonna lie, I came up off that 50 Cent.
Oh yeah, college dropout.
College dropout. That
Like
was
Get
like
Rich or Die Trying.
Those are like staples when I was younger. So really just listening to that and obviously a whole too many to name, but those are just some of the few I can say off the top of my head.
Definitely. And well, what do you think's like different? You create the beats, which are pretty fucking amazing.
Appreciate
You also, write in your own songs now. How do you describe the two, and how different are they?
Well, I feel like when you I started off rapping first, before I made beats, so it can kind of give you a leg up in terms of making beats because I'm already picturing the song how it's gonna go when I'm creating the beat. It's already a song coming in my head. So,
Right.
but I think it kind of gives you like a producer. Being a lot of producers are kind of shy, they kind of like to be out the way. That's why they're producers. Like that's why you don't want to be in the spot. You know what I'm saying? You're not necessarily trying to be the person rapping, spitting, it's a whole nother thing. But for me, it was a little different. I was like, man, I love these beats. I love these Currency songs. I love these Wiz Khalifa songs. Like, how do these beats get made? Like Casey Veggies, that's one of my favorites. I'm like, I really just listen to it. I'm like, I love like, how can I make something like this? And
Yeah.
that's really why I started making beats because I couldn't find it from somebody else that I knew, and I wasn't trying to pay nobody to do it, and I was like, I know like our minds all work the same, so it's like if someone else could do it, I can do it too. You know what I mean? Like really, that's what it comes down to, and it's like, and it's not even about who's the best, which I'm realizing it's like who doesn't quit. You know what I mean? Like who sticks with it, because a lot of people are super talented, and that first video you post and it might not get the numbers you want. You know what I'm saying? Like my first videos, it might have got like 40, 30, views. And but to be honest, I was just happy with that.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh, wow. And then, next thing it's like, 50, 60, 70, then, then it gets in the thousands, and it's like, okay, now people are commenting and telling me like, saying things. And it's like, all right, when you get people commenting, these videos, like, the thing about YouTube algorithm is like, you might have posted it a long time ago, but you'll get a comment on there like 6 months later, and it might push you to make the next song because it's like, bro, like this hard, bro, like keep going. You know what I mean? So it's like it's that loop, right? You're getting the feedback, and then it keeps on pushing you to go forward with it.
A little motivation. Well, what are some of the comments that you're getting in your YouTube channel, SoundCloud, all platforms? What are you seeing?
Man, people are just telling me that, like, in particular, I think one that stuck with me, bro.
And I apologize for interrupting. What's your YouTube channel? What are people?
Player Beats.
Player Beats.
Player Beats, man.
Killer name, man.
I got the sign right there. But I really just, when I came up with the name Player Beats, I was just thinking like, I really just was doing a type beat channel, and I was like, all right, let me just it's a player beat. Like somebody asked me one time, like, bro, what type of beats you be making, bro? And I was like, I ain't gonna lie, just like, some player shit, bro, like, player. And I was like, player beats, and I was like, oh, let me make that my name,
Right.
So and then it just kind of stuck from there. So that's my YouTube channel name. Obviously, you guys all know me as B-RICH. That's what most people know me as. But for my producer name, my producer tag, it says player beats.
That's good. And I see you have that PlayStation 1 logo too.
The little logo. Yeah.
That's rad. That's awesome.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, but again, I apologize for interrupting, but some of those comments they're pretty inspirational. What have you been seeing?
Man, I gotta look for him, but what's one in particular dude is like, hey man, like I don't know what he say, like, man, this is my first time hearing your beat, but like I don't know if anybody told you, if you didn't know, like you're that dude. Like, I don't know who, like, if anybody ever told you not, but I'm telling you right now that you're that dude, pal, like, for real. And I was like, dang, bro, like, appreciate that, And then it's like,
right.
you get the like the comment, like the people that comment on every video, they'll be like, hey, this hard, but like, sometimes if I take a break and people be like, hey, bro, like, keep making beats, bro, like, don't stop, bro, like, and that kind of, it's like, dang, all right, man, let me get on here and actually, because it's like, it's a balance, you know. Like I'm also in the studio working with artists, you know, that I've met whatever through Instagram or just through my friend group. So it's like I'm trying to balance making that, working on my own stuff, and still feeding the YouTube people. You know what I mean? So that's
Right.
and I feel like the YouTube is just to keep my skills sharp, just keep my bars up. You know what I mean? Like it's like practice for me. You know, I don't really like.
We always gotta take things back to the film room, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Study
It's
it.
like getting reps in.
Yeah.
It's like getting reps. So and once I got monetized, once my channel got monetized, I was like, all right, for sure. I'm not gonna lie, like it did kind of make like I was like I really just did this to see what people thought, to see if these was solid, and I was like, because first I'm like, all right, I want to make beats for Wiz Khalifa, I want to make beats for Currency, and
Right.
I'm thinking that I'm just gonna get that raw, and then one day I'm just gonna be a hand on the beat, but I realized it doesn't work like that. Like you gotta go through like people, you have to build up your brand. You gotta build up your name. It doesn't matter if you're the rawest producer. Like if no one knows you or knows your body of work or you don't have a brand, it doesn't matter how good the beat is because it's like you're not gonna be able to get it to. It's not gonna go anywhere. So like,
Right.
kind of just building that up and realizing how I want to build my brand is like is what made me kept pushing me.
Dude, no, and I'm glad you brought that up because you also, you're a college graduate.
Yes,
You're
sir.
working in the corporate life,
Yes, sir. Yes,
recruiter,
sir. Yes, sir.
recruiter, right?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
So,
Good.
tell me a little bit about because I'm sure I have like 2 viewers, but
That's all good.
tell me about. I'm sure someone wants to hear about building a brand and marketing yourself and starting from scratch. Tell me about if that corporate world kind of helps you out, how you're using that degree to kind of build your brand, market
Yeah.
yourself, build your business, because it is a business technically at the end of the day,
Yeah.
and you are monetizing, so
Yeah,
that's
no.
awesome.
In terms of how I use my degree, I feel like in terms of like the music.
Sorry, yeah,
Or-
not like use your degree, but
Yeah.
like how do you, I guess, use I guess knowledge
The
from
experience?
experience from a different industry
For-
sort of life.
For me, it was like I feel like just training my brain to be stronger. Like
Yeah.
for me, like it took me a little longer with school. To be honest, like school, school wasn't always one of my my main things, but it was more so like, all right, how can I beat this? Like I'm gonna be real. Like after my first 2 semesters in Chico, like I flunked out. You know what I mean? But it was like
Right.
all right, how can I pivot? How can I beat this? And it's like it wasn't even about the stuff I was learning. It was more so like I can't go out like that. You know what I'm saying? Everybody know I'm out here. How can I beat this? Like how can I win? And then I was able to bounce back and get my degree. And that was that was hard for me. So it's like for me, it's like yeah, like I don't really use my degree. Like I do use it. I mean, for my for my job, but it's like I feel like for me it was more so like testing that mental strength. Like how far can you push yourself to do something
Right.
that might not be and that's the most thing that I got. And in terms of the corporate world, like working the job, recruiting, just you realize that you're reaching out to people. The same way you have to reach out to people in the recruiting world is the same way you got to reach out to people in the with the music. With the music, I can't just be silent. You know what I'm saying? I can't just be silent and be like and thinking it's gonna come to me like, oh yeah. Like if I have a product and I'm trying to like, I gotta be like, hey bro, like I know I don't got like whatever. I got a couple followers, but like, hey, I like your songs, like, but we should collab on something. I feel like I got some player shit for you. Just knowing how to connect to the people. Well, for me, it was a lot easier with music because it's like these are more so people that are more so I feel like more so like are more aligned with. So it's like all right, when I'm recruiting, it's like I have to kind of you kind of got to put on you got to make them like all right, well, make them feel like make them feel comfortable with you. You know what I'm saying? They might be like all right, so I might have to tighten it up and be like I might have to tighten it up and make sure I'm just speaking their language because it's like this. It's a game. If I can recruit you to come here,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying, I got you. So it's just but really adapting to any situation, just keeping it player. Like that's just you got to know where you at. Like all right, I'm over here. If I'm talking to this person, I'm seeing them on wherever I'm recruiting them. Like I'm looking at the stats on them, the age, where they from. I'm like, all right, I know I could talk to this person. So just being aware of your surroundings and using it to your advantage. So yeah,
That's very very motivational. And then, but tell me more about Chico. We were in the fraternity Kappa Sigma.
yeah.
That was a good time. Um, what was it like being in a fraternity? Did you know you wanted to be in a fraternity? Tell me about the beginning of that.
To be honest with you, like I never thought I would be in a fraternity, especially like just because I never really was interested in that. I didn't really know. Like I can't like I'm gonna tell you like background. Like I played football in college, junior college. I was playing at DVC. And so I was doing that. Got hurt, ended. Stopped playing football. Was working at the airport. So I came into Chico a little bit older. So I'm not like a freshman or nothing. So I was like,
Right.
am I gonna do the frat? I'm not really. It wasn't even like thinking about it, but they were kind of like, I met a cool group of guys, and they was like, "Hey, bro, you should come check this out." And I'm like, I don't know anything about fraternity, so at fraternities, so like, I did it. Me and my god brother, we my boy D-Jax, Devin,
DJs.
you know what I'm saying, bros, you feel me? That's what we call them, but we was like, man, I don't know, should we rock with these boys? You know what I'm saying? They a little, it's different. I'm not gonna lie, being from where I'm from.
Be honest. You thought they were nerdy at first.
I didn't think that. I thought that was cool though. Like I was like, these some cool, some
Kidding.
cool white boys. You know what I'm
Kidding.
saying? Like not, what I'm saying, like some different type of stuff. Because Chico doesn't have, they don't really have like a real African American fraternity.
Why are their shorts so short?
Yeah. So, and I was kind of like, all right, I ain't gonna lie, like I'm gonna go up there for the free pizza that they offered. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I went to check it out, and then I met one of my homies, Lorenzo. My boy Zoe, he was like, yeah, bro, he from the Rich too. So I was like, all right. We started chopping it up. He was like, yeah, bro. I'm like, what's it's cool up here? He's like, yeah, bro. Like you should mess with it, bro. Like it's smooth. I'm telling you. And I was like, they solid people, and it was a different experience being around people that's from a different background than myself. Me coming from Richmond, going to school, high school in Berkeley. So, I'm kind of like in a melting pot. So I'm seeing it's all new to me. Seeing people that's from LA, different backgrounds. So it was good. Because it kind of just expanded my horizon. So I was able to see how different people live and how different people see life. And even if you don't necessarily have the same views as them, you can still come together. Like, all right, you still my homie, but like, right. I don't know what you might be on some other stuff, but you know what I'm saying? Like, I can educate you as best I can on what I know. So you seeing stuff from my perspective in my life, So it had its ups and downs, but I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed the time that I, and the people, partnerships that I made.
No, definitely, and I think we met each other. You and Bruce, shout out.
Yeah,
at Rush.
yeah.
We were playing beer pong against each other, and that was I think like a semester before we even joined. But how was it? Kind of, you mentioned Bruce. It was kind of, I bet that was a new experience for him too. How was it having, especially a family member with you, going through that experience?
Man, it made it a lot better. Just knowing that, all right, like I'm with my dog. Like Chico is, I'm gonna be, not like Chico is like 2% black. It's only so it's like we're kind of like we definitely in the minority out there. So it was cool having somebody that's like on the same, as me. But we didn't know. It was like we don't know like what is like what's a fraternity, like what is it like. We just know. I was like, all right, well, they saying we should do it. We up here and they tell, hey, they having parties and stuff. They like, all right, bro, pull up. And I'm like, man,
they having parties.
First time I pull up, they showing me ultra love, and it's like I'm up there. I'm like, dang, this is a real good network experience. I'm not gonna lie. That's why I instantly noticed that. I was like, yeah, okay, like I got a whole new network now. So that was something. Could be a distraction. I'm not gonna lie, but it was like, it was something that was, was part of the reason I wanted to join, and it was like, all right, cool, but it was cool. I enjoyed it. Yeah.
No, we definitely had a good time, and but the super cool thing about our fraternity was, and you mentioned a couple of the guys there. I feel like a lot of people were working in music
Yeah.
at the time, were they?
100%. And and that's kind of really what some of them people like. Even though it's different genres, I know my homie Grant. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, he was doing the EDM type stuff. So I think his name is Eula now.
You'll.
You know, he was doing but he was going crazy with the numbers with the YouTube, and he was. I was, some nights we'd just talk and be like, "Hey, bro, like, what's up with this music?" Like, I'm like, I like making beats, and I didn't. And he was like, "Bro, just make the music, bro. Just go ahead, just make the songs, bro. Like, it doesn't matter if it's all the way there, bro. Like, and that kind of like at the time, I didn't start my channel yet back then, but like, like those words definitely stuck with me, and I kind of kept it moving with that, But like,
Yeah.
just seeing someone else, even though it's a different genre, I kind of realized I'm like, he out here we throwing the parties, and he out there DJing going crazy, you know what I'm saying? Like playing his music at the events, you know what I'm saying? Like in terms of in terms of my engineering skills, I wasn't necessarily at that level, where I could do something like that, but it kind of gave me a vision. Like, all right, well, now he's using this stage, he's using this platform. You know what I'm saying? And and people like he's making good music, and it's like now people are seeing. You know what I'm saying? So it kind of gave me a little bit of a blueprint of how people make music and how people start.
Okay. And did you from college, because there was definitely a lot of distractions
Oh yeah,
per
yeah.
se.
No,
But from
100%.
college, did you see yourself, and producer wise, definitely you're kicking ass at work. Very proud of you. Obviously, knew you were gonna be successful. But
Appreciate it.
producer wise, did you see yourself where you were at now? Where you're at now? When you were back in Chico?
In Chico, yeah. It was one day like I knew that I was like one day I kind of decided. I think we were just chilling, and I was with Bruce, and I remember I told him it was like after a night out, you know what I'm saying? It was we were just walking back, and I was like, bro, like, I ain't gonna lie, bro, I'm about to really do this, bro. Like, I ain't gonna lie, like, we did start this, bro. Like, I can't stop, bro. Like,
Right.
I'm not gonna stop. It doesn't matter. Like, I'm gonna do it. And like, at this time, I kind of got back into the music. I ain't gonna lie, I was really into the part. You know what I'm saying? Having fun, enjoying myself, trying to make money. You know what I'm saying? It was cool. But then I was like, all right, let me lock in and put some investments into building my studio. And it was then when I really started. All right, let me get some speakers. Let me get the interface. So I asked bro, like, what should I get? He was like, bro, get the universal audio, Apollo. That's when I got that because that's what he was using. And get these speakers but but at that time I didn't. Like I know my mindset, like the same with the same mindset I feel like I had with with anything playing sports. That same competitive mindset, it's just a different same thing, different sport. You know what I mean? But like
Exactly.
it's a sport, but like like you just take that same mindset and there's like if I could push hard to be the best, I can. And once you're on the field, it's like once you are in the field, now it's like now I see where the level is at. So it's like now what the part of it is getting in the game. You know what I'm saying? And realizing, all right, this is the standard. Like, working with my homies, Boss Life Spence, you know what I'm saying? We went to high school together, he got a lot of songs with Black, my homie Trife, the boy, he got a lot of big songs, but I ended up linking up with him when I came back to the Bay Area, and we just ran into each other at the barbershop. And like really just seeing how he moves and seeing his process kind of inspired me to be like, all right, well, this is the bar. You know what I'm saying? I was doing it YouTube. Now it's like, this is the bar when you're working with artists. This is how fast, you got to get stuff out, and it's like, when you, work with certain people like that, it kind of gives you like, all right, well, if he rocking with me, you know what I'm saying? Like, I must be doing something right to a degree. So it's like, now that whole creative process is a lot faster. You know what I'm saying? Because you're not ever second guessing it. You know what it is. You know what I'm saying? So.
Because you know what good is now, right?
Yeah, exactly. And it's like, they're not gonna. It's not like people will try to work with you just to be a nice guy. You know what I mean? It's not.
Right.
That's not really what the music. It has to be we're helping each other. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, once I realized that I had something that I could help people with, like whether it be a melody or what I'm saying, whatever. If I'm just making the melodies, he doing the drums, it's like it's something that's I'm just learning, and also peeping game, just sitting back and watching, just watching,
Just being a sponge.
just being a sponge, a fly on the wall, really, just, what I'm saying, like.
Dude, and talk about that. Like, when did you realize, like, instead from being SoundCloud creating beats from GarageBand,
Mm-hmm.
when did it change from all right, this is professional now?
I think when I was making beats on Reason for a long time, it's a program. When I started making beats on FL Studios, I was like, ooh, I don't know, like. I started just making them way fast. It just clicked. It just clicked for me, and I was able to make a lot faster. And I was like, all right, bet. Well, now people are slapping my songs, and I might show it to my roommate Carlos. You know what I'm saying? He also motivated me a lot to to work hard with it. He might be pulling back up to the house, and I'm like, oh, he's slapping my song. You know what I'm saying? And like,
Yeah.
I'm able to, it's like I hear it from outside, and it's like hearing that kind of be like, all right, well, and even living with you, like sometimes I'll be making some songs when I was up there, and it's like, oh, man, this is hard, bro. Like, can you send me this? And I'm like, all right, bet. You know what I'm saying? It kind of made me want to go a little bit further with it. That's when I was rapping before I was doing the exclusively just producing. You know what I mean? But
Right.
so back in the Chico days, it's just a culmination of other people that is really, you look back and it's like it ain't just me, it's everybody that was around me really that kind of
Teamwork.
a little bit just that it might be one comment here or it might be somebody that might look at me and be like, what this trying to do, like, and that's the only that pushed me to be like, all right, so you think I gotta go crazy, you know what I mean? I can't, if I feel like it's some type of doubt anywhere, it's
Right.
it just motivate me more to get it, you know what I mean?
Exactly. No, definitely. And you're talking about the teamwork. It's not just you.
Yeah.
Who are some of the people you've worked with? Who are like some of the well-known names? I know you've worked with big names around the Bay Area. How's that been?
It's a little, not crazy, but I mean, I'm not to put anybody, but like
Trying to hype you up.
I appreciate it, but obviously I got a lot of songs with my boy Spence, Boss Like Spence, my boy Zoe Love. We got some songs, Lil Blood, Lil Blood, he a legend in the Bay. We got a song on the way, him and D Dot. It's a song we about to drop soon. My boy Westside JC, some homie I just met through Instagram, really. Let's see. But yeah, those are some of those people. I got one, I ain't gonna lie, that's on the way. I'm not even really trying to, as a producer, I'm not even really trying to speak on it, but
we gotta get it. We gotta
it's
get
one on
it.
the way. Y'all gonna hear it when y'all hear it though. But I got another. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So
everybody know it's on though. But yeah.
Talk about that. Not keep interrupting you. I'm a jackass. I'm sorry.
No, that's all good.
But you have some projects coming out, right?
Mm-hmm.
Talk more about that.
The projects I'm working on now is so I'm working, obviously my homie Zoe Love. He's from Oakland, great artist. We got a project that we've just been working on for the last year actually, and I think we got like 3 or 4 songs done. I'm not sure when we're gonna drop that, but that that's all beats that I made. That a little packet I put together for him, and right now on the I guess the thing that's closest to dropping is my project with my boy Westside JC. You know what I'm saying? We got a project dropping, trying to drop it in at the end of summer, but it's like a 3-song little EP. So he kind of put me on game in terms of like with photographers and shooting videos and stuff like that. He got a lot of experience with that. You know what I'm saying? So we about to. I think we're about to. That's gonna drop soon. So that's really what I've been focused on as of lately. Just making sure get it mixed by who I want to get to mix with the best engineers. So and yeah, and I kind of learned that like all right how I want to do my stuff because I see these other artists I'm working with and I'm seeing how their process is going. It's kind of like all right I could do it kind of model tweak on things from how they my template type type, you know, in terms of like not the music musically, but like in terms of like the structure of like how a song is released, you know, in terms of like videos, you know, yeah, all that stuff.
Kind of how the industry works.
The industry, yeah, exactly.
And dude, because you send me some snaps sometimes too that you're in the studio out there in the city in SF, and talk more about the industry. Yeah, how's the studio live music videos? I bet that's super sick.
It's cool. I forgot. Also, my homie Matt Guy Debo. I just did I did some songs. I did like four songs on this project. You know what I'm saying? Smart Type Entertainment. You know, we got a lot of songs, but yeah, I think I did like four on the last one, and just seeing how he moves and how he works with the in the studio. All right, we're gonna pick a beat. We're gonna choose a beat. We're gonna get who do we need to get on there. You know, and even working with him, he kind of like opened some doors for me as well. You know, just introducing me to other people, other engineers, other producers. You know, other artists. You know, and now that's been real helpful to me too. Just now I'm seeing how you need to move or like move as an artist and how to get your money and necessarily not how to get because first if you green it's like all right early producer gonna just come in and they probably won't get paid because they just want to have a song, right? So but kind of learning how standing on your business like all right, if we do something, this is what we need, this is the upfront money, you know what I'm saying, or if it's not or knowing when to not even talk because a certain artist if from a higher you don't want to block your blessing, you know what I'm saying, because as a real artist they're gonna have you straight if the song do good on the back end in terms of like the numbers is they'll so just making sure you're aware and you know what's going on so you're not getting screwed out of the song because a lot of it does happen. A lot of producers be just super juiced to work with an artist. And then next thing you know, they're not getting paid. Now they're salty. They like, bro, why you not get paid? I'm like, bro, because you gave him the beat for free. Because you didn't, you know what I'm saying? You didn't.
Because you're distracted by, the name and all that. Yeah.
And sometimes, but the truth is, you got to give away some beats for free. Like that has to, that's why it's a fine line. And there's nothing in school you can learn about. Or, sometimes you have to give some beats away for free because it's like, that's how you get your record. That's how you get that's how all right, I got this for free, you know what I'm saying? Like with Frank Lucas, when he was giving out that Blue Magic, he was giving that stuff out for free at first. Like now they gonna come back and be samplers. Like they gonna come back and they gonna come back paying, you feel me? Because they like, all right, you give them that good stuff. They be like, all right, well, how can we do this again? All right, you know what I mean? Like, so it has to be a line. It has to be a line like, all right, well, I'll do this, but like for free, but you have to know when to draw the line, and who to draw the line with. Because again, mind you, if it's somebody else that's gonna help me get, we're not gonna talk numbers until until it's needed. But
yeah, until that revenue,
Exactly.
But and then you mentioned the industry, and some people could get fact. How dirty is the industry,
Oh man, well with YouTube now it's crazy because a lot of people are just gonna take a YouTube beat and they'll just all right, I'm gonna rip this YouTube beat, take it off YouTube and rap on it, and then I'll be like and then they won't even pay the YouTube person because it's like there's so much access to these beats and it's like so a producer that just makes stuff you have to be better than all the YouTube beats, you know what I'm saying? Because it's like they know that the song can only go so far if you steal a beat, and if it starts to blow up, somebody will hear about it. But if the beat's not really doing too much, now I'm sure there's beats that I made that there's beats that I've made that I know that people didn't pay me for, what I'm saying, like, and put the song on YouTube.
It's like people are saying, like when people do it on TikTok or social media, it's like it's not copying. It's it's kind of like a motivation or inspiration. Yeah. You know what I mean? Do you agree with that? Or
well, if you're rapping on my beat and you didn't pay for it, then it's stealing for sure. Yeah. And I ain't gonna lie, like it's definitely stealing. It's not it's because like I have like all my beats are online. I have a link in my bio all the beats and stuff like that. So if you hear my beat on YouTube, everything's in this. Like, there's a place for you to buy it. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, I put tags throughout the beat so people won't just. There's gonna be a tag, player beats. So you.
What's the tag?
Player beats. Yeah.
Well, where could they buy your beats?
So yeah. If you go to my YouTube, player beats. That's my. There's links in every single beat that I have. Also my Instagram. Cooking with B-RICH. That's my Instagram name. It was Player Beats at first, but I just wanted it to be. I wanted to have my name in it. I'm still Player Beats as a producer, but Cooking with B-RICH is kind of dives into my my web series, that my little YouTube series that I'm about to expand on, and just gonna be making beats with some of my friends, and making songs with some of my friends, and having them come up to the studio, and it's just Cooking with B-RICH, but it's still I still play. I'm still making them Player Beats though, for sure, but
No, definitely.
I think Player Beats, it kind of stuck, but that was really just when I made that. It was I didn't think farther than just a type beat channel on YouTube. I didn't think, and I was like, all right, well, I gotta pivot, so I can't make music under the name Player Beats necessarily as an artist. So you feel me? I just like go back to my regular name. All right.
Not a bad question.
Bucket list, fuck list. No. Hey, that's a crazy question, bro. Bucket list, fuck list.
All right, kill, fuck, marry, Whoopi Goldberg.
Oh.
No,
Nah, we ain't started yet. Just to let you guys know.
No, we're not
This
starting.
is not. All right.
Alrighty, 3, 2, 1. All right, thank you so much, guys. Welcome back to the podcast. I'm with my boy B-RICH, Player Beats.
What's happening?
My boy, that was a good dab right there. But no, I really appreciate it. We're gonna keep this part short. I had a little intermission, but last thing we spoke about was kind of the stolen content. What's the difference between stealing and inspiration? But talking about content, what's kind of the first piece of song content that you were part of?
Man, to be honest, the first song I really that ever got dropped was with my boy Bruce and my boy Mike, and I was just at the studio. It had a song. I guess everybody dropped their verses, but they was like, yeah, like I'll be like freestyling and stuff like that. But I never was on a song before. This is like, man, this is a minute ago, bro. It's like 2 years after high school, damn near. But like so I hopped on. It was a song with Pilo. They had Pilo on there because they went to school with bro.
Pilo, the Bay Area?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
So, what I'm saying? Like, I ain't gonna lie, this damn near before he was really, you feel me, going crazy with it. Like, I think he did that little mixtape. He was more so on the producer side back then, but
yeah. Damn.
So they asked me to hop on the song, so I hopped on and did my little verse or whatever. But like, I didn't really like my homie. He was like cutting hair at the time, so he was like, all right, bro, like I gotta cut this hair, bro. So we'll do the verse later. So it was like, I mean, we'll finish. I did finish my verse, but what I'm saying, basically, the song dropped. It was cool. I didn't care, but like he kind of like put it together, spliced it together, like, and I was like, okay, it was cool, but like, that was like my first time ever making a song, so I kind of wanted like, all right, how could I do this so I could have more control over the situation? You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of when I started like wanting to realize I engineer stuff or like make my own songs. So like, or even making beats but that's really where it started, because I was like, well, it was cool. Obviously, it wasn't my house. I'm a guest. You feel me? So like, when the song dropped, it dropped because it's not me. It's not my shit. So like, that kind of like influenced me to like, get my whole studio, stuff going. And that's why I have a studio, because I was just like,
going back to that Pilo, that's a well-known guy around the Bay Area. Obviously, we don't give a fuck about, but knowing him, hearing his stuff, he's big, to like kind of working with him. How was that experience?
I mean, really just doing the song, it was just, I just did the verse, and I did the verse, and like the song, I'm not gonna lie, like, I mean, the song was like my homie Mike's song. There was like 3 or 4 people on the song, and Well, it was just my first time ever doing it. Literally my first time ever doing a song. So it was kind of like, it kind of made me like, I like to control everything. That's why I have a, you know what I'm saying? I was like, how can I, you know what I'm saying, set everything up how I want it to be. But like, um, it was cool. It was cool just to, at the time it was just like, I'm just making a song. Cause you know, all the time I was really just always freestyling. I was just freestyling all the time. That's why they wanted me on the song. But like, you know, it was cool.
Yeah, it was a good
It
time.
was cool, but I'm not gonna like. It's not like the song went crazy. You know, it's not like the song went crazy. It was just it was a song on SoundCloud. It was something light. You feel me? Like,
Yeah,
you know,
B-RICH and Mr. Cool.
To find it, you probably have to really dig to find it. To be honest, but it's on SoundCloud. But like,
your ass is not one to get starstruck.
Yeah.
For sure.
Or, at the time, it wasn't. Even, it was just. I don't think he was really like. He was popping, but he wasn't like what he is now. You know what I mean? Like type.
Yeah.
He wasn't like
enough to
like nationwide
he
at
was
that
giving
time.
a fuck
Really,
about them.
but he was still. It was cool though. Like, but I think like piggybacking on that though, I feel like seeing that kind of made me like kind of like have my standard. So it's like, all right, well, this is. I always used to people like making songs and stuff, so like that did it. So I always knew it was possible because it's right there in front of you, right there. You know what I mean? So it never like music never really seemed like nothing that was something too far to you know what I'm saying. It was just like a matter of like if that's what you're focusing on. Like all my life, I was focusing on football for years, and I was you know I did my thing with that. So when it came to the music, I feel like if I apply that same type of pressure, you know I'm gonna get that result. I feel like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, put in the work, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. It's different, but yeah.
You said, you know, you played a little bit of ball. I'd run your ass over every day.
Yeah, you might kidding. Though. You might.
I'm kidding. I'd die.
Might not.
But
you might though. You never know. Right? Any given Sunday.
But how was playing? You know, college ball. You played at Diablo out here. You know, how was because the Bay Area. I mean, we got Marshawn Lynch.
Yeah.
You know, we got his cousin. We got Brady coming out of the Bay. So how is it playing out here in the Bay? And you know, tell me about your football career.
Man, I really loved it, man. Just playing football, like that's really kind of what motivated me in terms of like getting my like working hard. Even like with networking, like like when you playing in college, like obviously it's people from different states and sometimes that you playing with. So it widens your network out. You know, you got people in the South that. You know, so that network is always strong. So,
still talk to some of those guys, or
some of those, I still talk to some of these people to this day.
Definitely, you know, playing football, playing sports. I could see you being a motivator in that team. Just because one of the reasons I brought you in this podcast and you changed my life was, as I mentioned earlier, we were roommates, and I remember. A couple mornings just hearing, I was living downstairs, you know, the first floor, and you and our other roommate Colin, you guys were on the second floor, and I would just remember waking up, hearing, you know, woo, let's go, and just a bunch of fired up, amped up, you know, screams, and again, that is something that changed my perspective, you know, kind of, you start the day off great, see, popular guy, that's what I'm talking about. But you started the day off great, high energy, and can you just, you know, I know probably a lot of people, you don't want a lot of people knowing about how you wake up and start your day, but that's, again, something that just motivated me to do better and just be more positive. Can you talk about that?
Man, I feel like, you know, every day you wake up you know, you tell yourself, you know, you got to get excited, you know, like today is a new day. Like, you know, like, you got to think of it every day. You know, some people just wake up, even if you're doing the smallest task, like, yo, tomorrow's a big day. Like, tomorrow, we about to make some shit happen for real, like, you know. Yeah. So, you know, when I wake up, it's like, hey, let's go. You know what I'm saying? It's a new day, and I'm excited. I'm juiced. And sometimes, I know, I might get a little, you know, I'm just excited, man. Like, I'm ready to take on a day, bro. I get excited because it's like, bro, we only got one life to live, bro. So, it's like, you know, if you can get yourself hyped when you wake up in the morning, you know what I mean? it could set the tone for your day, and if you do that every day, it set the tone for your life. You know what I mean? It's like this, like what are we doing? Are we trying to win or are we trying to lose? If you wake up like this, like oh man, like it's another day. Like you gotta wake up high energy. You know what I'm saying? If you really want to accomplish something, and it's like obviously some days you will feel down, but you know it's really about like all right, how can I get myself going real quick? Especially like you might have a late night. You know, so you gotta wake up like all right, we ready, we bouncing back. You know what I'm saying? Like it's time to attack the day. However you attacking it, whether it's hitting the gym, whether it's you know what I'm saying if you at school, you feel me, doing the school. If you gotta go to work, go to work. If you feel me, if you hustling, you feel me, getting that, you feel me, getting some cheese. So
of course, I feel that.
so that's that, man. But I feel like yeah, I like to, you know what I'm saying. Like you gotta speak it into existence every day. You gotta talk about what you want to do and how you gonna do it.
Yeah, that's a great way to start, and it's very motivating because you're someone that's thriving in multiple channels, you know, multiple industries. So again, proud of you. It's awesome to know you, and we got some rapid fires.
Yeah.
So my first rapid fire is, who are your top 3 Bay Area rappers?
Top 3 Bay Area rappers. Man, I ain't gonna lie. Top 3 Bay Area rappers, I had to say, man, you know what I'm saying? Mac Dre. I ain't gonna lie, #1.
Go.
Just cause that's a GOAT, you feel me? Man, who else I'd say? I ain't gonna lie, like mine different. Like I really like Drew Down. I ain't gonna lie, like that's really like I really just always loved the way it sound. And man, I say, I mean you gotta go with before. Nah, I mean I ain't gonna lie, I do let Drew Down just by his sound, but like I in terms of the top, you know you gotta have Short on there.
Short, yeah.
You gotta have Mess on there too.
Ooh.
Messy, you feel me? But it's tough doing the top 3. Like
E40 not in your top?
E40 for, you know.
Damn.
For sure. But it's tough, man. For me, I can't do a top. I can never do a top 3. Like when anybody ever asks me, like my top 3, like I like, yeah, you know, that's tough, man.
All right, no, that was.
But I tried my
question. I put you on the
spot. That's a good question, bro. It's just tough, like.
I know, right now, we've been to a couple Warrior games, playoff Warrior games, bro.
Oh yeah, some classic games.
Yeah, some classic games.
They hit some classic games.
So, what do you think about the Warriors right now? What do you think they should do? What do you think they did wrong last season? What do you think they did good too? You know what I mean?
All there was Steph just got hurt.
Yeah.
I mean, if Steph didn't get hurt, you know what I'm saying, it's a different conversation from what we have, you know what I'm saying, what we're having right now if he didn't get hurt. So, honestly, bro, I feel like if we had like a Jordan Poole still, you know what I'm saying, like if we had somebody like
we're a punch away,
you know what I mean, like somebody that could have brought that, you know what I'm saying, like he would have been a step up for a time, you know, while he was hurt until he got healthy, you feel me? But like, you know, Pods wasn't really, you know what I'm saying, couldn't make it happen, like.
You think this is something I contemplate with? You think the Bay Area still loves Draymond? You ride with him or what?
Hell yeah, bro. Of course, the Bay Area for sure loves Draymond.
I love Draymond.
You know, I think he used to stay in Emeryville.
Really?
Yeah. Draymond, you know what I mean? Like, he from like that Detroit area. He from Saginaw, you know what I'm saying, Michigan. So you know, Detroit and the Bay is, you know, locked in. So. You know, Draymond got that same mentality that, you know, I feel like that the whole Bay Area really embodies.
You're a dog.
You're a dog, you know what I'm saying? So, Draymond is forever endeared, I feel like, in all the Bay Area fans, you know? So, Draymond, that's my, yeah.
That's the boy.
That's the boy, for sure.
Yeah, also, who's your team? Is it Niners, Raiders?
What? Hell no. I'm a Raider fan, bro. I didn't say the Niners, bro. Come on. Now I'm a Raider fan, man. A lifelong Raider fan since they came back to Oakland. Man, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not like a huge 49er hater, like a lot of Raider fans are. But you know, it's definitely Definitely Raiders, man. You know,
Definitely Raiders. And
I'll never wear any 40. I've never worn any 49 gear, and I probably for sure will never. You know, I couldn't even do that. I could never wear no jacket or no hat.
Some theme parties, I might have seen you. And I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Stop the cat.
What is one sample? We talked about it. You know, your parents used to listen to the classics. Your sister, you know, growing up, showed you some music. You used to listen to Nelly and all that. What is a sample that you would like to get cleared and that you would like to use in a song?
Oh, one song actually I just did with my boy Westside Z. This song by Janet Jackson, "Time Flies."
Oh, classic.
You know, we did that song, but I'm like, I ain't gonna lie, they're not gonna clear that song. But yeah, if I could get anybody to clear a song, I would want that one to be cleared. You know what I'm saying? It can still be used, but not like, oh, it's gonna get flagged with Brody. You feel me? So
yeah.
But that's one song. It's like funny how time. Yeah, but it's a cool. If you know, you know. You know.
Yeah. What is the collaboration of your dream?
Collaboration of my dream, I would say Currency the High Spitter. You feel me?
Yeah.
Currency, yeah, that's really my favorite rapper. You know, so when I do something with Spitter, that's gonna be monumental. You know.
Of course.
So that's the dream collab, and you know. So whenever that happens.
Hey, 10 years from now, when I interview you again,
we'll talk about it happened 9 years ago. Damn near, you know what I'm saying? But
5 years from now.
Yeah, but now it's more so like I'm more so looking at like how we could lock in on some artists, you know what I'm saying, like as a collab. That's more so what I'm interested, like collabing, like we'll get a song together as opposed to I would do some, you know, production for him, but like I think more so like I'd rather be like I'll be more fulfilled like we got a song together.
Yeah.
You know?
Man, that's awesome. And what about we have friends that are white, you have friends, you know, that are African American, Mexican.
Yeah.
What would you say is the funniest ethnicity?
The funniest ethnicity?
And again, you don't have to be biased.
Yeah. Funny as in like funny.
Just in general, because in the Chico days, we've met some of the funniest dudes. I've met some of your friends. They're funniest guys I've ever met.
Man, I'd say the funniest ethnicity is probably
because in the Bay Area too, you know,
it's so many.
Yeah,
it's so many, bruh. I ain't gonna lie, man. I ain't gonna lie. I would say, man, I don't know. That's touchy. That's touchy. I don't know. I was gonna say something, but man, I ain't gonna lie. I know. They all everybody funny, bro. But the funniest ethnicity is probably
you PC, bro? No.
Man, bro. I'm thinking like
I'm kidding.
Cause
don't fire me.
I'm so not. So you gonna hear what I'm saying. So it's gonna be. I gotta take it down. But man, probably some of them. You know, I ain't gonna lie. I know some funny ass Indian people, bro. Hey, they be on some or Arab. I ain't gonna lie, like you know, some of the cats that be at the liquor store, bro. They demeanor just be hella funny, bro. They just be on some funny shit, bro.
The brothers.
Not even on no like, telling jokes shit, but like, I don't know, bro. That's a tough question to answer, but yeah, everybody.
That's a great answer, though. That's a great answer.
Like, bro, I ain't trying to box nobody in, you feel me? But like.
Bro, because sometimes they be dropping the hardest motherfucker brother, you know what I'm saying?
It's funny to see how, like, sometimes cultures mix. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of them cats, like, not even on, like, for me, negative shit, like, the liquor store, the Arab people, they be, because it's a mixture, you feel me, the culture from out here, and, so, you know, the way they be talking, and they be hella funny, because, you know, they from out here, like, they from the town and shit.
Yeah.
We're from the rich, like, but... And it's like, you know, you could. It's just crazy. It's just funny to see a little mesh together.
Dude, because the Bay Area, it's a melting pot.
Yeah.
That's what I was gonna say. It's so cliche, but honestly, dude,
It's
like,
a melting pot.
Yeah, that's crazy. But talking about, you know, interviewing you in the next 5 years, the next 10 years, what's the goal, man?
Man, just as long as I'm having fun with it, I'm really just setting in place, not necessarily goals, but setting systems in place that help me, advance. But like habits starting, like in terms of like consistency. But the goals have kind of just happened. I do have my goals that, obviously I wanna go as far as I can, but I kind of just, some of the things I kind of just try to, you speak things into existence, but I don't necessarily try to put it all the way out. You know what I mean? But like,
Right.
just staying. I feel like as long as I stay consistent and keep working hard and stay hungry for it, you know, I'll be surprised as I'm surprised of what, like, the things that have happened so far. I'm just enjoying seeing it happen. So
Exactly. But
yeah,
that means, if you put the work in, if
I'm trying
you're
to
a nice guy and you meet the right
you know
people,
I'm trying to get some songs, like, you feel me, like I think my top song got like 93,000 views. I
what song
want
is that?
song on my YouTube on YouTube. Yeah, I mean,
And
it's
again,
a
what's that YouTube again?
Player Beats. If you go there, it's gonna be the first one that pop up. But I feel like my short term goal is to make a song where I'm spitting on there that's like over 100,000 for the whole song. Cause a lot of people, when they make this song, like I got, that's 90,000 just for the beat. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? So it's like I'm seeing a lot of people, even the people that I don't, even the people I produce for. A lot of times, like seeing 90,000 for like the music video is not, so I haven't seen that. So like I feel like my immediate goal is to make sure that if I drop a song, I want it to at least have 100,000 minimum type. You feel me? Like,
Right.
so that's the goal. Like, how whether that's the goal. So that's my
Dude,
next goal.
and you're getting there.
Get a song with
You know what I'm saying?
100,000. So I'm sure this. You feel me? Like, yeah. So that's
Because
the goal.
you're already 90. I mean, the tunnel, you see the light. You know what I'm saying? And you're only gonna go up, brother. Um, so, last question I got is, who is your top 5 basketball players of all time?
Oh man, of all time, that's tough. I say, I ain't gonna lie. I had to say Jordan,
Jordan,
Kobe.
Kobe.
Might have to. You feel me? Different. I ain't gonna lie. Dinner got Kobe up there, but Jordan, Kobe. Uh, I ain't no hater, bruh. You got, like, bro. You're a real hater if you don't got Brown on there. You feel me? Brown for Sully.
Yeah.
Brown for Sully. Ooh, Steph. Magic Johnson.
Oh, okay. So you're going small ball.
Yeah. My. I ain't gonna lie. I mean, shout out to Tim Duncan. Like, he could easily go in there too. But my favorite. You feel me? Those are some of my favorite players. But Tim Duncan can for sure be on there too. I ain't gonna lie. But a lot of people could be on there. But yeah, that's mine.
Talking about that T app, this is, we like to talk about technology on this app. Thank you for bringing that up. They recently just got one of the biggest, data breaches. So if you got the T app and you uploaded your license, that's on the internet now. But yeah, that is crazy. The T app. So explain the T app for.
Man, I think it's just females, like, if you mess with a female or something, like, what I'm saying, like, they gonna like put your info, like, what they talking about you on there. I ain't gonna lie, like, I don't even know, like, I ain't gonna lie, but I've been on some solid shit. So my track record is smooth, so I know it's solid. But like, I ain't gonna lie, it always might be a hater or a salty ex that wanna be like, oh, he's an asshole.
Yeah,
You
that's
never
true.
know. Or might want to make a story up that's not real. Try to, you feel me, throw shade on what you got going on right now. So, I don't know. Like, I don't know if I don't know if I'm on there or not.
Hey, you got to watch out for that, digital footprint. They
Man,
say. But so you don't know you're on there, or what?
I'm not sure.
Have you had any messy breakups or anything?
I've had some weird breakups, so I had to, kind of just had to cut it off because you realize it ain't it, man. You know what I mean? It's like, hey, this, hey, like, you're over
A bunch of suicide stalkers.
or you know what I'm saying. So you kind of gotta hit the block on it. You feel me? But yeah, maybe that's one person from the past might try to say something, but like, you know, some people in between. Maybe I don't know. Like, what are you just bored and you just want to talk about? You know what I'm saying? You just want to talk about people. Like, maybe it's something like that. Because
if you were to find out that someone did create a profile about you, how would you feel?
Man, I wouldn't feel too bad because I feel like I'm cool with it. Like I haven't had too many like negative interactions where it's like besides the girls I broke like you know what I'm saying I broke up with, but like I don't think like anybody gonna really gonna say anything bad about me like you know this
You're a
guy's
nice guy.
I'll be on some chilling shit, but I don't know. You know, could be somebody out there salty like he ain't serious. He ain't. But I don't know, and I don't want to speculate on it. But like, man, you never know, man. What do you think, man?
That's fucking hilarious.
He fucking. That's not about to say.
So this is what we need.
Yeah, like kidding. Why? I listened to your podcast. You know, I felt like it was something cool to listen to when you know you just chilling. I was working and I was like, all right, what's the way I could kind of just relax and listen to something while I work? And that's you know I turned on your podcast and I was like, damn, like you know you was this is the third episode. I was like, you got a knack for it, bro. I was like, this is nice. Like I would definitely be now I'm subscribed. I'm definitely gonna be listening to each podcast. So you know just for everybody out there, make sure if you liking what you're hearing, definitely hit that notification bell. You know what I'm saying? So you know and turn the alerts on so you get the alerts so you'll hear, you know, when the next pod drops. You know what I'm saying? I feel like you know you got a good thing going on. I'm really just excited to see who you got on here in the future, man. You know what I mean?
Man, dude, I really appreciate that. And again, this pod wouldn't have started unless we had that dinner, you know, a couple weeks ago. Yeah. So I appreciate that too. You know, always motivated me. But yeah, so dude, again, this is actually the first episode of the interview series. So
yes, sir.
First, a little side quest from the original. This might be B-RICH. That's what this episode's called. But
I like that.
Yeah, so gonna be doing some interviews. Gonna be doing the regular takes on just you know the ordinary what's going on. Because right now I feel like we're living in the craziest times ever. You know, craziest but best times. But yeah, we're gonna do that. We're gonna do interviews. We're gonna hopefully start doing some skits. I'm gonna learn a couple things from you know Will Corley, some other you know cinematographer, film, YouTuber, comedians. I know. Oh Jesus Christ, still going through puberty, obviously. But yeah, so hopefully get some skits going, get some videos going. Maybe in the later, get some series, start directing some stuff. But yeah, this is a great start. And again, I appreciate everyone for tuning in
for sure.
Because we're just getting started. You know, this is you got to plant the seed. They said the best time to plant the seed was 20 years ago. The second best time to plant a seed is now. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So we got to start, and it's taking off. We're going to the moon, both of us, baby.
Oh yeah, 100,000, man.
So shout out to you, and shout out to all you guys. Are really
man, for real.
We love you guys. You guys are the best. If you still made it through the madness right here, we really appreciate it. Please shout out. Go to
cooking. Hey, on Instagram, cooking with B-RICH. You know, that's my Instagram name. Player Beats on YouTube. If you want to buy a beat, you know, you can go to either one. I'm not gonna lie, like in terms of custom beats, I'm not. You know what I'm saying? We gotta be locked in for that. But you feel me? Yeah, I got my store up there, so it's something out there for you probably.
Yeah, I mean, we got this dude right here, so this guy's ready. He's got the best beats in the Bay.
Hey, appreciate
well known,
that, man.
So please, appreciate you, B. I love you.
Yeah, late boy.
And thank you so much, guys.
Hey,
have a good one.
Let's go.
Yeah. That was good too.
That was good, man.
That felt organic.
It did.